Hello and welcome to another episode of how to use the sciatic stretcher. Today we're going to be going over a shoulder workout that you can utilize with the band and using the ball to help loosen up and also using the band to help loosen up. So let's get started. First we're going to be going over some static stretching. So static stretching is holding a position for an appropriate amount of time in order to loosen up the muscles in order to get ready for the workout. So first one we're going to do is we can do across the chest to stretch out the back side and mid of our shoulder here. You can play around with different angles going down lower. I'm using the band for tension in order to pull across here. If I go up a little bit higher, I can feel it a little bit differently. Next, we're going to go over the top. So you can keep your arms straight, try to pull it across. You can feel this on the back side of the shoulder as well. Right there. Doing the other side. You can also use the ball as a handle. Pull a little bit more tension. A lot of durability within the band connected to the ball, so feel free to tug on it as much as you need to. It's nice and secure in there. Again, overhead. For the purpose of this video, I'm not going to be holding all the stretches for the appropriate amount of time. Should be holding each static stretch for about 30 seconds or more in order for those muscles to loosen up. So I'm just showing you proper ways to utilize the band and the ball and how you can use them in different ways. Next one you can do, takes a little bit of strength, so this is a very sturdy band and it takes a little bit of flexibility. But you can stretch the band out here and let the band pull you in. So this is going to stretch the front side of the shoulders and also the chest a little bit. When we're working out a particular area, we don't necessarily just want to stretch out the muscles that we're going to work out. We also want to stretch out the surrounding muscles. So the chest is surrounding the shoulder muscles, and we have our lats as well. So we're going to be doing some warm-ups for those muscles too. So you should feel this in the chest, front of the shoulders a little bit. Next up, we can utilize the ball for some self-myofascial release. So I'll be using the ground. You could also use a wall if you wanted to as well. So utilizing the ball, we can just simply lay into it on our shoulder here. So we can roll around. Again, we want to hold this for about 30 seconds. Same concept as our static stretching. This is just self-myofascial release with the ball or deep tissue massage. Again, playing around with different angles. I can open up my arm and lay on the back side with the ball. You'll find some tight areas in here. You can roll all the way into the latissimus dorsi, which is underneath your armpit. Again, warming up the muscles around the shoulder in order to loosen them up for you to perform to the best of your ability. So you can get both sides. You can get your back as well between the shoulder blades. We can utilize the ball on a wall in order to apply the pressure between the shoulder blades. We can roll up and down. Again, you can find the shoulder with the wall and the ball. Right here, holding it into place with the band, and we can roll out. So those are some static stretching and some self-myofascial release stretches that you can start with. Another area that we can utilize the sciatic stretcher is going to be a rack or someplace secure that you can anchor it. So I'm going to anchor this one at the top of the rack. We're going to be going over some lat stretches. So the lat stretch, we want to pull straight down. We're letting the band pull our arm upward. So we're trying to relax through this area. We're not trying to fight against it. And we let the band pull us into this stretch. This is a great tool to utilize and kind of push you to your limits with your flexibility. The more you pull and then try to relax, it's going to continue to pull you up. I'm grabbing onto the band. If it's more comfortable for you to grab onto the ball, you can do the same thing. You can also get down onto the knees. So this is more comfortable for me, grabbing the ball, just so I can deepen into the stretch more and let it pull into it. Another stretch we can do from an anchored position here, utilizing the ball and the band, is a 45-degree stretch. So we're stretching our chest, and we're trying to, again, let the band pull us into the stretch a little bit more. You can play around with different angles, so you can rotate the shoulder and then just lean through it. You'll feel it a little differently depending on where you're sore or tight in that area. So now that we have done our static stretching with the band and the ball, we can work more towards the dynamic. This is a great spot for us to warm up the rotator cuff. So this is the same thing as the lat stretch here. I'm just in a different position, but this allows us to get a good amount of tension in the band. We're holding onto the ball, so we have good stability there. And now we can get full range of motion within the rotator cuff. Back and forth, still keeping that tension. So if you're an old athlete playing baseball or football and you've had a lot of rotator cuff injuries, this is a great way to help loosen you up for your shoulder day workouts. We want to create that mobility before we target the muscles to strengthen them. So this has helped me a lot with my shoulder injuries over my baseball career and football career. So rotating back and forth, this is more of a dynamic warm-up. You might feel a little bit of crunching. You can do 5 to 10 repetitions until it feels pretty normal and it doesn't feel like it's loosening up anymore. Obviously doing both sides is pretty ideal. So now moving into the workout. First one we're gonna do, this is gonna target the back side of the shoulder, a little bit of the back. These are called band pull-aparts. So 2 ways we can do this. We can hold on to a single part of the band. We're going to keep our shoulders down and we're gonna target the back side of our body, trying to touch our shoulder blades together in the back. Again, this band is a lot of tension, so this one might not be appropriate for people that don't have the amount of strength to do this one. You want more tension, you can double up the band here. So grabbing onto both sides, pulling across the chest, and we're trying to touch our shoulder blades on the back side of the movement. So shoulder blades are far apart to start, close together, far apart, close together, far apart. If that one is a difficult one for you to accomplish, again, you can always utilize the anchor technique here. Hook it around something about shoulder height, and we can perform this one by just not getting as much range of motion, but still trying to move one shoulder blade. So now we're trying to move our shoulder blade. We're working the back side of the shoulder here. Right there, you can do both sides. Next movement we can do targeting the shoulders is going to be an upright row. So depending on how much strength that you have or how much you need to compromise for this position, this is going to be an upright row. So we can stand on this with one hand. We're not using the band in this position, we're not using the ball in this position, we're just using the band. So I'm not holding onto the ball at all, I'm holding onto the band and I'm stepping onto the band and not the ball. So I have a secure position with my foot. So this is gonna be an upright row. We're trying to lead with our elbows. If again, this is too much pressure for you, you can always adjust, go down to the knee, down and up. We can widen our grip here so we have more tension, down, up, right there. So this is the upright row. This is targeting mid to front shoulder, depending on where we're putting this band and where we're putting our elbows. So I like to keep the band close to the body and leading with the elbows. Next up, we're going to utilize the rack here Two different types of strengths we can do here. We're going to be doing a single arm row. So again, working the front or the back side of the shoulder and also the lat. So single arm row, not grabbing it by the ball. I prefer grabbing it by the band here, but it's whatever you're comfortable with. Right here, single arm row. If that's too much tension, you can always turn this into a double row. So grabbing both. Trying to keep the band about shoulder width, rowing back, and now we're getting both back side of the shoulders and between the shoulder blades. After that one, we're going to be doing a lat pull down. So again, targeting muscles around the shoulder. We can anchor this from the top by looping the band and the ball in there. So we want to stay at a bent position here, and we're driving straight down. So I'm trying to use my latissimus dorsi to drive that down. You can reposition to your knees if you want more tension. And we're trying to contract the lats, stretch the lats. Contract, stretch, contract, stretch. So this is a really good movement if you want to get better at pull-ups, if you want to strengthen the lats and get a little bit wider with your look and trying to strengthen your body. Last but not least, we have face pulls. This is a great shoulder and upper back exercise. Again, going from a top anchor here. We're going to overhand or underhand grip, whatever you're comfortable with, but it's just like the movement sounds. We're pulling this to our face. So you can use the ball as a reference, obviously. Pull this straight to your nose. And we're trying to contract upper back and the back side of our shoulders. Right there. So all of these movements are really great for strengthening your upper body, especially your shoulders, where we tend to have areas of injury or past injuries that we may have to target. So you can use the band and the ball for great exercises and stretching techniques, utilizing the wall, utilizing a rack. If you have any other questions, feel free to drop us a line on our social media pages, reach out to us via email, and make sure you leave a comment below. Tell me how you liked the video, and if you guys want to see anything else, there's a million things that we can do with this product. So I hope you guys have a healthy rest of your day, and let's keep grinding.